In Python, you can generate random numbers using the random module. Here are some ways to generate random numbers in Python. First, using random.random function. This function generates a random float between 0 and 1. For this, we have to import random module. In the second statement, we are calling from the random module a random function. This will generate a random number between 0 and 1 and it will store it in variable x, and then we will print variable x on the user screen. After running the cell, output was 0.91. Second method to generate a random number is using random.randint function, which contains two arguments a and b. This function generates a random integer between a and b inclusive. So example is we are importing random module, then from the random module we are calling randint function, and we are saying that we have to generate a random number between 1 and 10, and we are printing we are storing that result in x, and we are printing the value of x on the user screen. Note, 1 can also be generated and 10 can also be generated because they are inclusive. Click on the cell, run the cell. You can see the random number which was generated was 1. Third method of generating a random number is using random.choice from a iterable which is provided inside the inside as an argument here, that is called as a sequence. So this function choose a random element from a sequence such as a list or a string in Python. So the code example here, we are from the random module, we are calling choice function, and in argument we are passing it a iterable containing 5 elements which are integer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will choose a randomly a value from this sequence and store it in variable x, and then we will print variable x on the user screen using printx function. Click on the cell and run the cell. Randomly 3 was selected from the sequence and printed on the user screen. Now, using random.shuffle sequence, this function shuffles the element in a sequence in random order. So this is not selecting a random number, this is randomly shuffling a sequence. So in the code snippet, we are first importing the random module. MyList is a list containing integer elements 1 to 5. Now we are using random model to shuffle MyList. Random.shuffle in opening and closing parenthesis, we give name MyList and then print MyList on the user screen. You can see previously list elements were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 respectively at the position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at index 0 you have element 3, at index 1 you have element 5. So the elements of the sequence are randomly shuffled. Next, a random selection is you have to select k elements from a population. So using random.sample function, which has two arguments, one a population which will be a iterable and an integer which will select that many number of values from that population or integer. This function returns a list of k unique elements chosen randomly from a population. Code snippet. First, we will import the random module. Now you have a iterable mylist containing elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You sample, use random dot sample. You provide argument mylist and you want to select 3 elements from this iterable or population which is provided. You print x on the user screen. Randomly 3 elements will be selected from this iterable and they will be printed on the user screen. Click on the cell and run the cell. Randomly 3, 1 and 4 was selected and it was printed on the user screen. There are just a few These are just a few examples of the function available in the random module in Python. There are many other ways to generate random numbers and data depending on your needs. That's it for this video. Thank you. Thanks for watching.